Hi guys, so today's narration or narrations are going to be of the Trollpasta comedic scary story, Crappypasta genre. I was just really craving some funny horror. So I've narrated a lot of these and yeah, I'm going to read them again, just go down memory lane with you all and try not to laugh while reading them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. The Supermarket Monster. Once, in a place far away, a very long time ago, there was a boy named Roger. He was tall but a bit round. He lived in a big city where unusual things seemed to happen every day. For example, his uncle died. Anyway, Roger had lots of enemies in the city. All the people he used to like were now his enemies because he changed. He used to be a really successful banker named Ron, but he decided to go another way, and now he is a hobo named Roger. Because of this, his friends thought they didn't like him anymore, so they said, "You're our enemy now." And Roger was like, "Oh no, I have no friends, but loads of enemies." Roger lives day to tomorrow by the change he gets off strangers outside McDonald's, but sometimes when he gets enough money, he goes to the local shopping center called Teco. Why was that the one that got me? Okay. He can only buy things when they are on sale, so he only buys things when they're on sale because he doesn't have any much money. Sometimes he even gets enough change to buy chicken when it's on sale, and he goes into KFC and says, "Can you cook this for me?" And they do it because they are his enemies and spit in the food. Yuck. Today, on the most windy and stormy and rainy and cloudy and sad of days, he decided he needed to eat and went into Teco. When he went inside, there was no baskets. This was weird. Roger thought that must be giving them a break today, so he kept going. He saw that Thray bread was on sale, so he was going to buy it, and then a big, fat, hairy man ran up to him and said, "No, that not for you." And he took the sale sign away, which made the bread go back up to $100,000. This is all in the future, so that's normal for the future. Roger made a face similar to this, and he said, "But if you don't give me that, I will strive." And the fat man laughed, and his fat went bouncy from laughing. Then one of Ron's enemies died, so Ron felt his anger rising. That happens when his enemies die. And he punched the man so hard that his fat fell off, and the man was so angry that he cried blood. Then the lights went out so fast that Roger knew he was going to be murdered. The black mist came out of the cereal boxes, and the bacon was flying everywhere. Pancake mix splashing over the counters, freezers freezing at high temperature that normal, so that it was freezing the frozen pizzazz too much. Ron ran away, what? Ron ran way far away to that aisle that's always full of people. It has loads of sweets and crisps. Yummy. There was 15 monsters there, all black with eyes oogieing with blood and tears. Fat, looked like bacon, but they were actually dead people's skin. He screamed, "Fat man, help!" But when the fat man came here, he said, "You punched my fat, now you will pay. I am your enemy." And then he ran and went inside a freezer, but forgot that the freezers froze too hard now, and he died from freeze. Roger ran to an exit and was almost out when he tripped on something. He looked down and saw his enemy saying, "Help me, the pancakes were too string." And then he said, "No, I am Roger. You were Ron's friend, not mine, smelly." And he ran out the door. He was safe. He got out. He escaped. He avoided death. He was alive. He was tall. He was safe. He was Roger. Then he went back in for the bread, but forgot about the monsters. So when he got the bread, the monsters came up between the slices and cried blood from their mouths, saying, "We are your enemies, Ron." He said, "How do you know my old name?" And they ate him, and he just fell down on the floor, crying from death. His last words were, "I am all your enemies." Then he fell down and died. Just before he died, he said, "I will now be a supermarket monster." So, when you are in the supermarket, remember that Ron is waiting. In the future, though, because it's in the future, remember? And that's how it ends. I didn't do too bad. That's pretty good. Oh, I hope you guys like that. This is also a famous one, so without giving away what it is, I'm just going to call this the car story. It is a classic twist. It is a twist on a classic scary story, and it went pretty viral a long, long time ago. Here we go. Let's see if I can make it without laughing. Man and girl go out to drive under moonlight. They stop at a side of road. He turned to his girl and say, "Baby, I love you very much." "What is it, honey?" "Our car is broken down. I think the engine is broken. I'll walk and get some more fuel." "Okay, I'll stay here and look after our stereo. There have been news report of stereos being stolen." "Good idea. Keep the doors locked no matter what." "I love you, sweaty." So the guy left to get full for the car. After 2 hours, the girls say, "Where's my baby? He was supposed to be back by now." Then the girl hear a scratching sound and a voice say, "Let me in." The girl doesn't do it, and then after a while, she goes to sleep. The next morning, she wakes up and finds her boyfriend still not there. She gets out to check, and man door hand hook car door. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And that's it. This one is self-explanatory. Everybody knows this story at this point. It's called "And Then a Skeleton Popped Out." I think I'm going to make it. I'm so used to this story. I think it can be done. Warning. If you have a heart condition, do not read this. You will drop to the floor flopping like a fish while clenching your heart, seeing as you are having a heart attack. Also, if you have a sensitive butt, do not read this. The brick you poop will be painful. A few years ago, a man was walking down a road because his car broke down and he saw a car coming up behind him, so he stuck out his thumb to hitchhike and the car stopped ahead of him. He ran up to the passenger side and opened the door. When he opened the door, a skeleton popped out! I enjoyed that a lot. Okay. We're going to do another short one. This is also another pretty famous one. It's called The Day of All the Blood, or rather, Ted Day of All Ted Blood. Here we go. This is te best pasta on the whole wiki. Don't read the rest because te rest is not as creepy as this. Scientific studies proved this. This is true. I assume that you don't read te rest of te wiki because it is not as creepy as this story with all te blood. My scientific study proved it. LOL, Rolf. Rolf. Dr. James Leeward, professor for postrology, Oxford. After reading this, I was scared, very, very scared, and I blooded lots. A reader. This is the story of a day where there was all this blood. A man was walking around and blood started coming out of him everywhere. There was so much blood that it filled up an elevator. He went to the store and there was just blood all over the place. People were slipping in it and they were all grossed out. He tried to go swimming and all of the sharks went nuts and bited everybody. He got chased by all the vampires ever. One time the blood got a kid and a dog. At the end of the day, everyone decided they would send him to space so that he would stop getting blood everywhere. The scariest part is that the man was you, or he was a lady if you were a lady, and you forgot that this happened! I beg to differ. I fully remember this happening. I have an excellent memory. I do theater, so I fully remembering this happening and confirming I am, in fact, a lady. Okay, this one's gonna be a treat. I have not seen this one, and I have therefore never read it or heard of it, but it's, you know, it's apparently from back in the day. It's called Thug Aim. So here we go, going in blind, one take. I'm about to tell you the scariest story, and I will not laugh. Trolls, I said to myself as I closed my browser. Skeletons? Just appearing? It was not likely. I knew it wasn't a good idea to be reading horror stories this late on Halloween, but I was alone and bored. For the thin and slender man I was, it was a wonder that I was still single. It felt like I would be alone forever. Sal! I yelled to my cat as she ran across the hall outside my room. Go away! I was still mad at the ball of fuzz for breaking my wax Jack statue from the movie, Nightmare Before Christmas. It was my favorite creation. It was also hard to make. Candles were the source of wax for Jack. She ran back and looked at me, meowing. Go away, you broke my candle Jack, and I stopped mid-sentence when I heard a horrible grating sound on my window. The next thing I knew, I heard my front door thrown open, followed by what could only be described as the sound of bones rattling. I peered around the corner and I saw it. Its bones glistened in the soft light of the hallway lamp as it popped out and into view. There was a skeleton in my house, and it had just seen me. If only I had a gun and hadn't had that accident. My hand was damaged last year in a wreck, and I lost thug aim, which was my favorite way to hold a pistol. Panicking, I ran to my room and slammed the door shut. Unfortunately, I forgot that tomorrow was laundry day and there were clothes on the ground under the door, so it failed to shut. I saw it. I saw the skeleton slide his hand inside the crack of my door. The skeleton slowly opened the door. Acting out of fear and not knowing what else to do, I got on the floor, shaking as I tried to climb under my bed. The next thing I knew was that the skeleton was in my room, and everybody walked the dinosaur. Oh, they had me. Oh, they had me. That was okay. Hey, that was pretty fun. Thank you guys for the laid back narration day. I hope you guys got some laughs as well. And yeah, I will be back with a real scary story for you guys pretty soon, but I might look into some comedic horror stories too, because I really like these. They're very, very fun. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much and have a nice night. Bye-bye.